Hey, this is Tom Medlock, and this is sprint number, let me see, sprint number 9. So for sprint number 9, what we did was worked on incorporating sprites into our engine. So what I have here is the sprite manager, which is similar to the model manager, the texture manager, and all that. And then I also, put those within the resource manager, so you can add the sprites here, and then it's much cleaner. I also put the sprites in their own little file, so that it can just be cleaner in the end. And then also I have 2 sprites to show you. So the sprite is right here. I've also discovered that documenting as I go is much simpler. So definitely gonna start doing that from now on, because going back and doing it is quite honestly a nightmare. So you can see here that we have the scale, the get X scale, get Y scale, just the accessors, deregister draw, register draw. This is for the command pattern, angle, set angle, get Y, get X, just the basic things. Yeah, so here's the sprite with the individual, the X, the Y, the height, and the width. Sorry, that was my cat. And then just a sprite, assuming that the entire image is the sprite. So, oh, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so basically, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you the alien. Alien's pretty relatively simple here. You have the alien. He creates a main sprite, new sprite, and then passes in the parameters. He registers the draw, sets the position, and registers the updatable so that it can do updates. The setting position, or I'm sorry, that what I want to show you is the registering the draw. It creates a command and puts it in the command pattern. And then when it's time to actually register, which is down here, it goes ahead and registers in the scene manager, get current scene, register this. And in this register, there's a sprite manager draw. Now, the difference between my method and maybe other people's method is that it never calls draw for the alien sprite. Whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. I thought it was simpler because you register the draw, and then when you want it to stop drawing, you just deregister the draw. And I'm assuming that everybody wants their sprite to be drawn until it gets deregistered, and then that's the end of it. So I don't know. I'll be interested to see what you think, what you say about that. I just thought that was cleaner. I don't know. And then an update, you can modify whatever you need to modify. So if I go ahead and run it right now, you can see that the sprites are going to be on screen. They're going to be on top of the other stuff because the sprite manager drawer thingy-mabobber, that comes after everything else. I didn't do layers, but that might be something I do over spring break. As you can see, this guy's here. That's the alien one, and then the Stitch is transforming as he goes. So if I go into Stitch, you can see that in the update, a lot's going on here. It just basically gets the width, gets the height, and it gets the width and gets the height up here, and then it basically does the scale of it down here. So if I was to comment this out right here, and then go ahead and run it, you see that he's not going to change his size. He's going to stay the exact same size that he would be staying the whole time. So that's kind of how I'm doing it there. And then if I do this, he's just going to stay in one spot, and he's just going to rotate, and then just change size until he gets really big, and then he's going to reset down. So I don't know. This is how I'm doing it right now. I think it's fine personally. I just do it with a sprite pointer, and then you register the draw, and then it automatically handles it, and it just calls draw every single screen until you call deregister draw, and then if you need to change the sprite at all, you just basically do that in the update. Again, down here there is a command pattern for this, so it's handling to see if it's registered or deregistered. So it shouldn't register twice. It handles the camera by itself, and then you can also see in my load all resources, I have a load default shaders, which basically just loads the it just loads the the sprite render and anything else that it needs to be put in here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. We're still working on documentation, but as you can see, doing documentation while writing the code, prefer that 10 times more. Definitely prefer that. But other than that, that's it for Sprint 9, and thank you.